I was enraged and ordered him and the rest of his family to stop. But my sister-in-law smugly informed me that, like it or not, they were moving in. And then, in the most phony way, while leaning her head and puckering her lips, she added that everything was fine because my mommy allowed it, and that I should always listen to my mother. I was filled with wrath just hearing those words and staring at her arrogant face. So I locked myself in my truck and called the cops right away. When they understood what I was doing, my sister-in-law began pounding on my window and screamed at me to stop, saying that I couldn't do this to her since she and Jason needed the house. She lamented, "Why can't you just do this for Jason?" I said, "Fuck Jason. It's my damn house, not his." Then she threatened to key the side of my truck if I stopped contacting the cops, which the 911 operator overheard due to the window being slightly open. I told my sister-in-law that if she wrecked my truck, I would sue her, and she was clever enough to back down. When the cops arrived, Jason and his sister-in-law, together with their children, had barricaded themselves in my home. I informed the cops what had transpired and showed them my new driver's license, which included my current address. When we got to my front door, I noticed that they had changed the lock, and the old lock was resting on the porch with the center drilled out, and the drill they used was there next to it, along with a full Harbor Freight drill bit set. Could they have been any more dumb to leave evidence out like that? I pointed out the damaged lock and drill, then gave the cops a summary of everything that had happened before. Jason must have phoned our parents after I returned home, because they arrived while I was speaking with the cops. My parents instantly lied, claiming that I had agreed to rent my house to my brother and his family. I stated that it was an easily proven untruth in one way or another. So Jason and my sister-in-law finally emerged from my house with some paperwork in hand. They both looked pleased, as if they had outsmarted me. They had created and printed a bogus rental agreement, but it did not include my signature. There was a signature, but it did not look like my handwriting. I don't think any of them have ever seen my signature, thus that was extremely stupid of them. I told my dad and Jason that it was absurdly obvious fraud, and if the cops investigated, they'd easily figure it out. I stated that I did not believe they would benefit from going to jail or court. It could even cost Jason his job, which is his only source of income for his family. I also stated that if anything of mine was lost, stolen, or broken, I would hire a lawyer and file a lawsuit for damages, as well as notify CPS. When I told Jason all of this, he turned white and appeared terrified. But my mother intervened and insisted that I do this for Jason and live in the blasted camper so they could finally have a family home to themselves. I exclaimed at her that if she thought it was a good idea, she could do it herself and give Jason her house instead. The cops separated my mother and me, and I told them they needed to go right now or I would press charges. I yelled that they drilled through my front door lock to break in, that the lease papers were clear forgeries, that they had badly forged my signature, and that I had videotaped my sister-in-law hitting me. Those are felonies I could fuck over their lives if I